Hey, what's up everyone? Mysfying Master here, and today I've got a deck profile for you guys, a very special one. This is my Blue Eyes Dragunity deck profile. I wasn't originally necessarily planning on even making this because, to be quite frank, I feel that Blue Eyes Dragunities is not the best way to go. I feel it doesn't make Dragunities better than they already were. I do not believe it makes Blue Eyes any better than they were. But I then decided, both because I do find that the deck is kind of fun to play with, it definitely has some potential to do things that other variations of Dragunities, even Heretic Dragunities and Harpy Dragunities cannot do. Plus, I had a couple of people requesting I do it, especially in light of the fact of Ryu passing and all. I decided I would do this as a little bit of a tribute to Ryu, so I hope you all enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get this underway. 1 Red Ice Darkness Smell Dragon, 1 3 Mistleton, because Mistleton is like the best combo extender other than instant fusion in a lot of situations. 3 Dragunity Ducks, that's standard of course, 1 Garuda the Wind Spirit, 1 Zephyros the Elite. Both of these are searchable off of K-Durg and help extend your combo strings to their maximum potential. 3 Dragunity Phalanx, that is again standard. 1 Misfire Baby Rock, this allows some synchro plays to open up that would not otherwise be possible. Plus, it can be potentially a combo extender at the K-Durg stage, or helping to make K-Durg and all that, depending on how things line up. 2 Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, 2 Standard Blue Eyes White Dragon, 1 Dragon Spirit of White, 1 the White Stone of Ancients, and 1 the White Stone of Legend. This is my 7-card Blue Eyes lineup. Now you might be wondering, well, why don't I have a larger Blue Eyes engine in here? I mean, couldn't Blue Eyes and Dragunities share about half the deck apiece or something like that? Not from my experience. I've been grinding with this deck quite a bit in multiple ways. I've got like 3 or 4 different ways of testing out a deck to see how the consistency goes, and none of my results seem to indicate that splitting the deck about half and half is the correct way to go. Basically, if this makes sense, what will happen is approximately half of your hand in an opening hand of like 5-6 cards, about half of it will be Dragunity stuff, half of it will be Blue Eyes stuff. Now you might be thinking, well, duh, that's obvious, but here's the thing. Unless the half of the Blue Eyes cards you get works together properly, and or half of the Dragunity stuff you get in your hand happens to work together properly, none of the hand functions, because Blue Eyes stuff does not really mesh super well with Dragunities. They work very, very well together when they are both able to go off like a well-oiled machine, but if that doesn't happen, your hands just clog up, the deck looks like it's not firing on all cylinders is basically what happens. So I've tried to slim down this thing as sleek as I can possibly get it, with mostly a Dragunity engine, and then just adding on some Blue Eyes stuff in addition. And I'm still running the most important Blue Eyes stuff. I mean, we got alternative, we've got the Dragon Spirit of White, we got 3 of the Melody of the Awakened Dragon, so we still have the stuff to make it go off, but by running it at 7 monster cards and like 6 spell cards or something, the odds are definitely less likely that you're going to run into a hand that just breaks up. Now there is a way of running mostly Blue Eyes stuff in here with just a tad bit of Dragunity. So I'll quickly show that to you guys, I guess, right here. I'm not going to discuss this one. If you want to look at it, or try and copy it down or something, build the deck yourself, just pause the video here or something like that. This is basically what it would look like. It's just a couple of ducks, a couple of flanks, terraformings, ravine, everything else is pretty much Blue Eyes stuff. Now, I don't feel that's the proper way to go. I feel this variation of the deck is better, but I mean, if you like just playing mostly Blue Eyes stuff and just sprinkling in some Dragunity stuff, then go ahead and feel free to do so. And I guess for ha-has, I'll show you. This is where I was thinking that half and half might go. As you can see, mostly, we got like 9 Blue Eyes things, like 8 Dragunity cards, the Darkness Metal, and then this stuff here. And honestly, this looks pretty well balanced in terms of what it should be able to do, but like I said, it just was not working out for me. So back to the original one, where we're going to be focusing mostly here. So that's the monster lineup right here, and we got round off with 2 Maxis because that's, well, it's an amazing card. Plain simple. 3 Terraforming to search out your ravine. 3 Instant Fusion. The best combo card for Dragunities. Because worst case is you use it to bring out a Mavlis, and then you simply use Mavlis along with the Vajrayana on play. Not Vajrayana, the flanks on board that was brought back with Vajrayana. You use those 2 to go into a Gay Dirk. So basically yields you the same thing as Mistleton. The difference is you had to pay 1,000 life points to get it. That's the worst case. Best case is you use it to the Instant Fusion bring out Norden, use Norden bring back a Dux, and then you use the Dux with the flanks to go into a Gay Dirk, and you've got an extra level 4 on play, which means you don't even have to add something like a Gruta to hand in order to make a rank 4 play or an extra level 6 later down the road. That's the best case. Also, Instant Fusion allows you to potentially dodge things like Effect Failures, because oftentimes they'll drop down a Dux. It's like, ha, no flanks for you? Think again. We use Instant Fusion, we bring out a Norden, we use Norden, bring back a flanks, we go into a Vajrayana, and then we can go into a Coral Dragon, and we can still make a rank 6 play. That definitely comes up pretty often. Well, at least pretty often whenever an Effect Failure is dropped to me or something like that. Alright, so we got 3 Melody of the Awakened Dragon. Like I said, this is an amazing card. I mean, it adds you one of each of these, which is really, really good. 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. It allows you to bring back level 8s, go into rank 8 plays nice and easy. It also protects your dragons while it's in the graveyard. Just all in all, a very, very powerful card. This thing would be so busted if it could say target a level 6 through 8 level, or 6 through 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, because that would make Dragunities and Heretics. I mean, maybe Heretics would technically benefit more, but Dragunities would also go easily up to top 5 stats if it said that. But that's why it doesn't. Just says level 7 or 8. 2 Twin Twister, help clear away potential Solemn Strikes and Vanity's Emptiness, stuff like that. This deck will outright lose at the moment to something like a Vanity's Fiend. If you need protection from Vanity's Fiend, I would probably trim out something like, say, 1 Return of the Dragon Lords, or 1 Melody of the Awakened Dragon, or 1 Instant Fusion, some combination of those, and maybe put in a Dark Hole Raigeki. But this deck is not geared towards doing that, because that is definitely not as frequent. You know, Twin Twisters are the things that you're going to need much more. 2 Dragon Ravine, of course. Once this thing goes to 3, Dragunities are going to be much better again. I mean, they're still very, very good now, but they'll definitely move up a few spots in terms of best deck status if we get Ravine back to 3. 1 Soul Charge. This card is broken, absolutely broken in a deck like this. You can make multiple rank 8s easily in 1 turn, or like 2 level 8 synchros and a rank 6 monster, and put Darkness Metal Dragon on board off of this thing. I mean, there's just all kinds of combinations this card allows. Alright, 1 Foolish Burial. It allows you to put these, this, all kinds of things into the graveyard. Foolish Burial. If you happen to open up with either an extra Ravine or a Foolish Burial, in addition to your standard Dragunity play, that basically gives you the ability to put a level 8 monster, synchro, like Crystal Wing, Darkness Metal Dragon, and a Queen Dragoon Jin, and either, no, it's not a rank 8, but either Azari Silver Dragon or Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon on board. I'll show you the combo, because I'm going to put a combo video, or a combo guide in this video in addition to what I've got. What I'm showing you here, I'm going to do that. As a matter of fact, for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this deck a little bit. Because I can rearrange this deck and then tell the computer thing to not shuffle up, and what else do I need? I do not need anything else, as a matter of fact. So what we will do, put these 2 right there. Right? This rigs the deck. Okay. So where was I even? Oh yeah. But if you give Foolish Burial an extra ravine, you can set up an amazing board. It's absolutely incredible what you can do with stuff like that. Now for that reason, I almost want to throw in a Dragon Shrine, just one Dragon Shrine, to increase the odds you can get to it. But the thing is, I don't know what else I want to trim for it. I'm thinking of the third Mistleton. I may well trim this down to 2, but I'm still testing. Because the thing is, Dragon Shrine allows for that one particular combo, which is absolutely amazing. It's probably the best combo this deck can do in turn 1. But Mistleton just allows for a better variety of other combos in other situations. You know, it's just an all-around, more balanced out card. Extra deck, very, very, very tight. Even if the extra deck were 18 cards, this extra deck would be hard to make. We got one Norden, we got one Mavlis, we got one Coral Dragon, one Gager, 2 Vajrayana. Not super needed at 3. I wish I could run a third, but yeah. One Scrap Dragon, one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, one Spirit Dragon, one ACR Silver Dragon. Xyz, we got one Queen Dragoon Jin, 2 Heretic Dragon King of Atum, one Ptolemy M7, and one Hope Harbinger. Now you might be thinking, well, come on, where's all the other stuff? I mean, you need the Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis, or Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, or Stardust Dragon, or Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This is unfortunately probably the biggest weakness of trying to combine Dragunities with any other style deck, be it Heretics, Harpies, Blue Eyes, whatever you're trying to do, is the extra deck. Because both decks you combine together want to have at least 10 cards that they can make easily. Harpies like to run multiple Chidori, Emerald, Abyss Dweller, you know, stuff like this. Blue Eyes wants to run like 4 to 5 rank 8s, including the Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, the Dark Matter Dragon, and so on. Dragunities eat up a lot of extra deck spaces. Dragunities need at least one Atum, and having 2 in here allows you so many different ways to go for Blue Eyes plays. It's not even funny, just off of a standard Dragunity play. So having the second one there is really crucial in my opinion. We need a couple of level 8 Synchros. We need at least a couple of Vajrayanas. We need a Gayturk. You know, there's just all these things that Dragunities need in order to even get to the amazing combos they can establish by turn's end. So, unfortunately, as good as Dragunities are, it comes at a bit of a price. So, yeah. If you want, I would say you could... Oh, man. You could try trimming out the Norden or the Mavlis, or even... No, I don't... I don't think I would ever recommend trimming out both. You could trim out one or the other. I'd probably take out the Norden, and then you could put in another level 8, or rank 8 rather, like Heliopolis. You could trim out the M7, but the M7, there's just all these... There's all these things that come up, and it's you get these slightly odd fields and slightly odd hands. It's like, I know there's potential to be great here, but I don't know where it lies. And M7 solves all these kinds of things. You know, M7 just allows so many boards to be established that would not be possible if you weren't in here. So, you know, I've always liked having him on my deck. But strictly speaking, you could take him out. You could take out the second Heretic Dragon King of Atum, and you could make room for more rank 8s and stuff. Now, you might be wondering, why is Beatrice here? Well, it was a thought. You know, Beatrice can mill or send your Return of the Dragon Lords to the graveyard just so you have easy access to it. And if you're running Omega, you can then start returning it back to the graveyard. This is all cool. I think it's too circumstantial. It doesn't come up enough to really justify it. Omega, at least, though, is a really, really good card. If you want to remove the Scrap Dragon and put in the Omega, I could understand why it is a very, very good card. But Scrap Dragon can kill itself, destroy an opponent's card, be brought back off of Darkness Spell Dragon to kill itself again, destroy another opponent's card. It can be brought back off of Return of the Dragon Lords. It can destroy itself, take out opponent's card, or you can try and destroy itself and protect it with Return of the Dragon Lords. It's basically a break sword on complete steroids. Like, there's no other way of putting it. It's a really incredible card. Now, something Heliopolis has over Scrap Dragon is that Heliopolis does not target. There is definitely that to consider. If you're running into something that cannot be targeted by card effects, Heliopolis gets around that. It does not get around things that cannot be destroyed, obviously, but, you know, that's just something to take note of. Alright, that does it for this. Let's go ahead and jump over to the combo video so you can see one of the amazing combos this thing can pull off, and then we'll jump back over here for just a moment longer. Alright guys, here's the combo video. It's going to be playing against just a computer, that way I have no timer to worry about or anything like along those lines. This combo is actually going to be different, though. I told you guys that the combo I was going to show you relies like on Foolish Burial to make it happen. It gives me a level 8 Synchro. I might have said in addition to a Spirit Dragon or something. That's actually not true. The combo I'm going to be showing you guys, the other combo that I was thinking of actually leaves a Gay Durg on board in addition to a Spirit Dragon, a Dark Dispel, and a Tum or something like that, or a Queen Dragoon, not a level 8 Synchro. This combo is arguably better, though, because I don't need 4 cards to make it happen, and I don't definitely need a Foolish Burial. This card is actually a 3-card combo. I'm so confident I'm going to set these 2 cards, I'm not going to touch them again. Now, this would be a 4-card combo if this was not an Instant Fusion. If this is not an Instant Fusion, because of the fact that it gives you an extra monster on board, you need a 4th card, and it has to be something kind of source specific. It would either have to be a White Stone of Legend, or a Garuda, or a Zephyros, or a Foolish Burial. There's like 5 or 6 cards in the deck it would have to be in order to make this particular combo possible. And when that happens, you would not end with a +3 like I'm about to, you would end with like a +2. But in this combo video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end with a +3. I'm going to have 4 big monsters on board, including a Darkest Metal, and a Tum, Queen Dragoon, Jin, and a Spirit Dragon. Now, I could go +2 and make it Hope Harbinger, as you'll see near the end, but I'm going to go ahead and just make it Spirit Dragon just because. So how am I going to go about doing that? Well, for those of you who know standard Dragunity stuff, or have seen a bunch of my videos before and have just, you know, picked up on a bunch of the stuff that way, this is going to all look pretty familiar. It's going to take a little while. Fortunately, it goes faster because of the fact that I'm not playing against an opponent online, so there's no lag here between stuff. Still going to take a little bit of time, but you're going to see what's coming miles in advance. So obviously, first we make the Vajrayana, then we make the Norden, bring back the Ducks, and we have to go into Gay Durg. I am still, for the life of me, trying to find a good 4-card combo that leads into a level 8 Synchro, a Spirit Dragon, and a Dark Dispel, and something else. I cannot, as of yet, find one. I know that... Well, I don't know. Maybe it is not possible, but I'm pretty convinced it ought to be possible. I just can't seem to find it. I'm going to keep searching, though. As soon as I find something, I'll let you guys know. So, Darkest Metal, pretty standard by this point still. Alright, so this time we use the Gay Durg to put the White Stone into the grave. Now this is the point where, if you don't have the Norden on board, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Because right now I did not need to search a Garuda to hand in order to make this string happen. Now, depending on how things go, I mean, you could, if you do have the ability to make a level 8 Synchro, let's say you're playing Divine Lance, for instance, you equip Divine Lance onto Gay Durg, you bring out a Phalanx here, you go into a level 8, that gives you the ability to potentially bring back Gay Durg off a Dark Dispel and then search a Garuda, dump this thing to grave. I mean, other possibilities do open up, but for the sake of this video, let's say right here, if you did not have an Instant Fusion, you would need to be able to either have a Garuda here, so that you don't have to search it, so that you can special summon it right here where the Norden is, or you have to search a Garuda, dump a White Stone to the grave, or search a Garuda, dump the White Stone to grave, or something, so that both of these end up in the grave and the Blue Eyes ends up in your hand, but you have a Garuda that you can special summon out of your hand. Alright? So, now that all that's said, we summon out the Zephyros here, we summon the Darkness. Now over this, now we make the Queen Dragoon right here. And we're going to go ahead and detach one, bring back the Vajrayana in the grave, and we're going to make a rank 6. What we're going to do is make the Atum. And now you have options. This thing still hasn't special summoned yet. Technically, what you could do is, well, since the Gay Durg's here, you can't special summon the Gay Durg. But what you could do is summon the Blue Eyes out of the hand. You can summon the White Stone from the graveyard. You know, there's multiple different things you can do right here. What I'm going to do is actually... I can actually make this a +4 combo. It's kind of cheesy because of the fact that 2 of the cards will be Blue Eyes. But yeah, why don't we do that actually? What I'll do is I'll just bring back this thing from the graveyard. What I was originally going to do, what I was originally planning on was summoning the Blue Eyes out of my hand off of Darkness Smell, and then summoning the White Stone of Ancients out of the deck, and then using White Stone of Ancients to put Blue Eyes back in my hand. But you know what? Why even bother doing that when I can go into this thing here for no effect, and then I can make Spirit Dragon right here. Now you can't make Aether Eyes off of that play, so if you want to make Aether Eyes Silver Dragon, you will have to bring out either Blue Eyes from the deck or one from the hand. But if you remember correctly, what I said before was I was going to put a Spirit Dragon on board in addition to 4 cards, Queen Dragoon, a Tom Darkness Mill, and I was going to end with +3. I actually just ended with a +4 because I got 5 cards right here. These are my 5 cards right here. And then I've got 4 cards right here. Again, a little cheesy because both of these are Blue Eyes. But hey, I'll do that just because I can do it. So that's one of the combos this deck can pull off. This deck will rely kind of sort of heavily. I mean, it definitely can pull off just standard Blue Eyes plays if you wanted to, depending on how your hand looks. But this deck will primarily operate on trying to pull a pretty standard Dragunity play, which will involve hopefully having a Darkness Metal, a level 8 Synchro, or something, you know, maybe an Atom, a Queen Dragoon, and then either another level 8 Synchro, or a Spirit Dragon, or a rank 8 like Hope Harbinger, you know, something along those lines. My point is, half the field will probably be Dragunity style monsters if your plays go off correctly, and then 1 to 2 monsters might be more Blue Eyes stuff you would expect Blue Eyes to be able to put out. Alright, let's go ahead and jump over to the deck list again for just a little bit. Haha! You thought you were going to go back to a deck profile screen for just another minute or so, didn't you? Not quite. This video is going to go on a little bit longer because I decided to go ahead and give you guys one more combo video. It actually is quite possible to get the level 8 Synchro plus a rank 8 plus Darkness Mill and stuff, 4 monsters on board, off of a 4-card combo, meaning these 4 cards here. This is cheating a little bit. I originally didn't want to do this one because it's like Melody of Awakened Dragon. We only run 3 copies in here. But there are actually other variations of this play that require 5 cards to make it work that accomplish more or less the same thing. So I'll just show you guys this one so that you guys get the gist of how it works, and then you guys can figure out how to make the other variants of the play work using deductive reasoning and the like. So let's go ahead and get this one underway. So we obviously add these 2 here. And this is obviously ideal. I mean, if you have something that's ideal to drop to the grave, that makes it better. Otherwise, well, you might have to get a little creative in terms of how you make things work. So right here, I'm going to special summon this guy at this point. It does not really matter when you bring it out, as far as I'm aware. As a matter of fact, I'm actually... Well, no, I'm not entirely mistaken on that. Actually, now that I'm giving you guys this combo video, I might go ahead and start testing out another combo I just started thinking of, even as I do this, because I can do this in autopilot mode for the most part. I think I might have thought another way of making this work. But I'll show you why in this one you have to drop it. It's actually not entirely true. You have to drop this guy at some point in the not too distant future. Basically, you have to by this point right here. You have to put this on board. You could do it right away at the very beginning of the play, or you can do it where I did. The reason I did after having 3 monsters here is so I put it off here. I don't accidentally say to special summon the Darkness Melt over this or something. I just kind of put it a little bit more out of the way, you know? But this is why you need to submit by this point, because at this point in my combo, I'm going to add Groot to the hand and discard my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now I'm going to bounce this guy back. I'm going to special summon this over the Atom. Now you could make a rank 6 here if you want, but since I said what I wanted was a level 8 synchro, I'm going to bring back the phalanx, make Crystal Wing right here, and then special summon this guy out of the deck. I could have banished the Mistletoe. Actually, banishing the Mistletoe, strictly speaking, is probably the better play, but I'm not really too concerned. But since the Blue Eyes is in the grave, I can bring it back off of Queen Dragoon Jin, make Hope Harbinger, and there you go. We got Hope Harbinger, we got Queen Dragoon Jin, we got Darkest Spell Dragon, and we got a Crystal Wing. So we got the ability to negate any one monster effect, any one spell effect, protect our stuff from battle, and we got the Darkest Spell, which is just a really, really good card. Now we break even in this play, we don't get any +1, +2s, nothing like that. Not that, strictly speaking, that other combo was more of a +2 than a +3 or 4, because of course a couple of them weren't Blue Eyes, but if you have a Ravine on board, having a Blue Eyes in your hand by the end of the turn is almost as good as just a straight up regular +1, because of the fact that you can discard it for Ravine for a search on the following turn, which is really relevant. But anyway, yeah, there's the second combo right there. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the last minute or so of the video, and then I'm going to go ahead and test out another combo I was actually just thinking of. So yeah, there you go. This deck is very capable of doing some good Blue Eyes and good Dragunity stuff. Depending on what your hand opens up like, it's going to be focusing much more on Dragunities as opposed to Blue Eyes. It just sprinkles in Blue Eyes style stuff here and there. And yeah, it makes me... Man, this deck could use a Strike Bouncer, and I would love being able to use a Strike Bouncer in here. It'd be so good. But I just don't have the space. If Konami ever gives us a bigger extra deck, it will help out this deck a lot. But, oh well, just gotta make do. Okay, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I can't think of anything else I actually want to say. So as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, both to my channel as well to this one. If you really, especially if you really like Dragunity stuff and just stuff with wind archetypes in general, be sure to check out my channel, because you'll find a lot more stuff like that over there. I got Espirits, I got Speedroids, I got Harpies, and so on and so forth. And as always, guys, take care. I'll see you all later.